Stink bug. Wanna come down? No? Okay. Excuse the weird outfit. You can do it. Probably. Oh, you gave up? So their ball just came over and Lyndall picked it up and handed it to him, and now she thinks that she's in the game. Poor little Lyndall. Ready? Alright. We made the mistake of having the bubbles on the kitchen table during dinner. So this was like a much anticipated, no kidding. Very highly anticipated. All through dinner we said bubbles. Bubbles. What are those, Lyndall? Bubbles. So what are you working on?
Headlights went out in Prius.
I'm so glad you know how to do this kind of thing.
You don't know how to change a headlight?
No.
So, the story goes, Rachel actually ramped, last time she was pregnant, she literally ramped a deer on her way home from, where were we coming home from?
Of my baby shower.
From your baby shower. Yeah, it was the kid's first car accident.
Yeah, that's right.
So ever since then,
Oh, whoops.
ever since then, this right headlight's kind of been dim because it broke. And this morning, the left one went out, so I had to drive to work with the high beams on the whole time. So sorry, anybody who came across me on the way to work this morning.
I'm sure that's a lot of people. So in my defense, I didn't just ramp a deer that was in the middle of the road. Like, that makes me sound, yeah, like a not good driver. So the car in front of me hit the deer, and I wasn't like tailgating them. I was the perfect number of car lengths behind them based on the speed that we were going. But they hit the deer, and then they were like high enough off the ground that they straddled it. It went under their car. I had no choice but to just like hit it. I didn't have time to react. And this thing is pretty low to the ground, so it like got caught. It was so gross. And then I could tell I was dragging something, because like I could hear it scraping, and I get why they're mesmerized by these bubbles. I could hear something like dragging under the car, and I just knew it was the deer. And so I pulled over, and luckily, like, I don't know, like last minute Brad decided to come to the baby shower, which he normally, like, he wasn't going to. I'm not sure why he ended up coming like at the end, maybe just to help me get pack stuff in the car. I don't know. Yeah. Luckily, he was like right behind me, because I pulled over and I'm like, I am not getting out of this car and looking at this deer. Turns out it was like the heat shield. Do you have a fire?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
What, do you need something?
No.
Wait. Do you want water? Why are you putting your hand back in there?
Because this was resting on the thing.
Oh my gosh.
Good thing I'm changing it.
It's super easy to change a headlight.
It is when it's not hot.
Oh. The headlight itself was hot?
Yeah.
Oh. So anyway, back to my story. Oh, don't eat that. What is that? That's an old strawberry. Let me have that. I don't know where the heck that thing came from.
It's a strawberry?
I think so.
Probably from the strawberry bush that you mowed.
Oh, probably. No, Lyndall, no, I don't think we're going to eat this. So it was the heat shield underneath my car, if anyone still cares about this story. But there was legit, like, deer fur. Remember? You, like, looked under the car and there was, fur and... Oh, it was disgusting. Rest in peace, deer.
Seriously.
but it was scary. And it did like $5,000 worth of damage to the car. Remember, like the front bumper and a whole bunch of stuff needed to be replaced.
Yeah, it was bad.
It basically should have totaled the car. Almost.
You want some? You want some? Oh. Bubbles. That's right. You were playing with bubbles. Bubbles. All right. Here's. High five. High five. High five. High five. High five. Yay! High five. Yay!
Our favorite time of the whole day.
Alexa. I mean, Wendell.
Sorry, I'm not sure.
Babe, I know what we should name our, if we have a girl, I know what we should name her.
Oh, it'd be so confusing.
Could you imagine if you named your child Alexa?
Oh my goodness.
Well, I guess you could just... Oh, what's up, Lindell? I guess you could just buy the Google Home.
Yeah, that's true.
And just say, okay.
Then there would be no confusion.
Right. So Bear is definitely at the age where he is just fighting, getting diapers and clothes on, obviously.
They've never really enjoyed diaper changes, so we've had to be really creative on like entertaining them while they get their diaper changed. But lately, oh my gosh, getting pajamas on that kid is sometimes like I'll be sweating when we're finally all PJ'd up. And then he'll poop or something.
Yeah, right. It's usually pretty good if you're like, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands.
That's
Woo,
right.
woo.
How about stomp your feet? Ooh, yeah.
Ooh, yeah, good job. Yeah, good job, Lindell.
I've also kind of changed up. From the beginning, I decided I wasn't gonna like make them special, separate food. They were just gonna eat what they were given and what we were eating, and then if they didn't eat it, so be it. And then I like strayed from that, and I'm like, what if he's not getting enough? And started just like giving him whatever I knew he would eat. Then I was reading the chapter about like toddler eating habits in Bringing Up Bebe.
Ah, yeah.
Remember that book?
Yeah, she like lived in France.
Exactly.
Yep.
And so it just like re-energized me and my like we need to introduce them to and get them accustomed to as many different foods as possible, including like all different types of vegetables. And just because they like don't eat it or won't like it 3 times in a row doesn't mean that you shouldn't keep introducing it to them. So anyway, we're back on track now, and I'm still like, if they don't eat very much for dinner, then I'm gonna try to like offer them fruit or something before bed so they're not going to bed with a totally empty stomach. But I think they're getting enough from like milk and just randomly throughout the day, don't you?
Yeah, I hope so.
I don't know. How do you feel about it? Would you rather just feed them what they'll eat, or do you think this is a good idea?
I'm definitely on board the you'll eat what's in front of you or you won't eat train. Let us know how you do it. Say, Dad, when are you gonna make me the pickler triangle?
Say, Mommy.
Someday soon, kids. Someday soon. Good job.
You won't have these chairs in the new house. Mommy. They just love these things.
Yeah, they do. And they're...
Okay, so I just wanted to have a quick word. With Mother's Day right around the corner, I think this is something that is really important to me and just kind of means a lot to me and has, I don't want to say hurt my feelings in the past, but I'm kind of sensitive and comments definitely affect me, which is just one of the very few downsides of YouTube, is that you get just a random comment that sits with you and that you just like can't stop thinking about. But anyway, I'll cut to the chase here. I'm getting ready to go in to my OB appointment, and that will all be in the video tomorrow. So what I was gonna say is I got a lot of these comments with my first pregnancy, and especially like as we got closer to delivery of the twins, and then I've started getting them with this pregnancy too. And the comments are something to the effect of, you need to cut your hair. You're not gonna have time to do your hair when you have kids. You have way too much hair, that's too much of a hassle. Things like that. Like, how I take that is, you don't matter anymore. And that seems really extreme, but that's kind of the underlying message of it. It's saying that once the baby comes, you don't matter. You shouldn't have an identity. Again, sounds pretty extreme, but that's kind of what it's saying. And I just want to tell you, if you're pregnant, if you're expecting your first kid, or your third kid, or whatever, and people, I mean, if you want to cut your hair, or I don't know, there's a lot of other things that will go into that, having hobbies, being busy with work, things like that. Anything that makes you you, or makes you feel good about yourself, you don't need to get rid of those things because you've had a kid. You may have less time to do your hair, but like find somebody that can help you so you can set, you know, time aside to make yourself feel good for the day. Having hair, and this sounds superficial, but like spending time making my hair look nice and just like caring about having my hair done for the day makes me feel better about myself. And as a mother, that's not something that you need to get rid of or something that you need to sacrifice because you have kids. In fact, it's maybe even more important to spend some time on yourself and make yourself feel good, and you'll be a better mother because of it. So I just wanted to put that out there. I mean, I know these comments are well-meaning, and it is true that you don't have as much time, and if you have thick, long hair, in theory, that's kind of more work, but honestly, you know, to be completely honest, I've had really short hair before, and it was more work because my hair's naturally curly. Neither here nor there. I think it's easier to do my hair when it's long. And it's easier to throw it in a ponytail too. It seems like it's well-meaning advice, and I know that people are coming from like a good place in their heart. But please don't tell a new mom that you need to cut your hair, because the underlying message is you're not gonna matter anymore. Every time I say that, it sounds really dramatic, but that's how I feel. Like, that's how I take it. And you just don't know how sensitive the person you're talking to is, or how impacted they're gonna be by that. And maybe they'll go chop off their hair and totally regret it and have this baby and spiral into postpartum depression because they've totally lost their identity. Not that my identity lies in my hair, but it's one of those things that like I've always had, and I don't know, it just makes me feel like me when I get ready for the day. Sorry for the rant. That was quite the tangent there. Just with Mother's Day around the corner, I feel like as moms, we need to help lift each other up and help each other like find themselves as a mother. You know, we give so much of ourselves that it's difficult to, you know, keep reminding ourselves that we matter too. So happy early Mother's Day. Look forward to the video tomorrow talking about our OB appointment.